Today we are going to be cleaning up this flower bed and pulling all of these weeds that are growing in it. And these things are taller than me. They're probably like 7 feet tall. Good morning, all you beautiful people out there. Today we are doing a full revamp on a customer's property flower bed. It is absolutely horrible right now. Just signed up with us. We're gonna get them all cleaned up and we're gonna take you guys along with us. So stay tuned. Let's get into it. Ooh, look at this. The price keeps getting better and better on this mulch. And somebody already stacked this up really nice for us. So let's get loading up this mulch.
32, 32, 32, $5 times 6 plus 14, 15, 15.
Nice. $160 worth of plants going in on this job. So anytime that we load up the trucks, we always try to front load the weight to the front instead of putting all the weight on the back, and that helps her not sag as much, and try to put the weight in the center of the truck versus all the weight in the back, because this ramp actually weighs, I think, like 150 pounds, so it's pretty meaty. All right, so we just got done loading up the plants and the mulch, and we are going to be headed over to this property to clean it all up. So we did, I think, like 5 mows this morning. So and then we've got this job. So this job, there's 11 budgeted hours on it, but between Larissa and I, obviously that'll get cut in half. So we should spend about probably 4 or 5 hours there. And then we've got 2 interviews today at 1 o'clock that I will be doing. So that is what our day consists of today. So we'll keep you guys updated here as we progress through the day. Alrighty guys, I'm gonna do a quick walk around and I want you guys to rate this bed. 1 out of 10, 10 being the worst flower bed that you guys have ever seen. I would say, I will give you guys my number here in a minute, but in the comments below, go ahead, here. In the comments below, go ahead and put 1 through 10, 1 out of 10. What do you guys think on this bed? How bad is it? 10 being the worst, 1 being the easiest. Let me get you guys this back shot action too of overgrowth. Considering it's taller than me, I'm giving this one a 10. The weeds are?
Yeah. Like, try pulling on that one. Big one.
Oh my goodness, this thing. Look at the depth of this thing. It's bigger than my thumb. That's insane. Oh, that's a weed right there. Now, these weeds that we're pulling out are called thistle, and they actually come out pretty easily when you give them a tug. I then started using the pruner on the tree and really just tried to clean up the bottom half of the tree. Any branch that was either going straight out or downward, I tried to remove. Any branch that was going up, I left.
It doesn't hurt.
That's how you get the root ball of the weed.
He's so strong.
Hold on, let's measure. Yeah, it's about 6 foot. Now, once we go through and pull all those really tall weeds that are like 6 to 7 feet tall, we'll go through and do a more thorough scan to make sure that we're getting all the grass and weeds that are in the bed. All right, so it is coming along great. It's actually coming out pretty easily, but this is kind of midway through. We got majority of the tall stuff out. We're just going through and hand picking a lot of the stuff around the bushes to clean everything up, and then we can start to put the mulch in here. I wanted to show you guys this because I saw a couple spiders earlier, but like anytime it gets real thick and like matted down here, I'm always like worried there's like a snake or some kind of, you know, spider, poisonous spider or something. So I always get nervous when oh, there's one right there. Look at that. I don't know if you can see that. But yeah, I always get like nervous sticking my hand down in here. But you gotta do what you gotta do. Now, when it comes to bush trimming, it's really important, especially when the bushes are overgrown, to not go in there and cut too much off on the first cut. As you shape rounded bushes, it really is all in the wrist motion to make sure you're getting that nice round circle for the bush. So I wanted to show you guys this. So I've trimmed these 3 bushes. I have not gotten to those 2 yet, but I wanted to use this as kind of a learning point. So whenever I'm trimming overgrown bushes, my goal is to try to get them all the same size. Obviously this bush was really big. These ones were kind of big, and then those ones are kind of small. So we're trying to get them all the same size. The other thing that I do when I'm actually trimming them is I'll go through, do the initial kind of trim where you take, you know, 6 to 12 inches off. And then I come in here and I take my hand and I vigorously shake the heck out of that bush. Because what that does is it exposes all of these longer ones that we missed. So you see that? That's why we go in here and we shake it really vigorously. If we don't do that, the next time it's super windy or a storm comes, it's gonna do it for us, and then the customer is going to be like, oh, they didn't do that good of a job. You can see that little mohawk guy or alfalfa sticking up in the back. So that's why we want to come through, shake it real good, and then go back and really basically retrim it again. We got the flowers all spread out on where we want to put them. That is Larissa's task because she is more detailed on that. Look at how good this looks. And then as we dig holes for this stuff, we got to make sure that we're being really careful because they have a drip line that runs through the flower bed to water it.
And fabric.
In fabric, yeah. All right, give the people some advice here. What are you doing?
Well, the previous people had put fabric weed barrier liner in the flower beds and the tree ring, and there is a bunch of grass roots underneath it, and so what happens is it gets tangled up into the fabric barrier, and I have to cut into it a lot anyways to plant the flowers, so I'm actually having to remove the fabric barrier liner. And you wouldn't think with the amount of weeds that were in that flower bed would have fabric barrier, but there was.
So what are you doing with this trench here? So normally, what, you dig kind of one little hole?
Instead of digging one little hole, I'm just going to do a circle around the tree. I have to finish ripping this up. Just do a circle around the tree and then plant them all in, stand them upright, put the dirt back in, and then we'll do granular weed barrier because we find very similar results, if not better results, for this one with just doing granular instead of a fabric liner.
All right, so this is what it looks like at the end here. from what you guys saw before to what it looks like now. All right, we just finished the landscape job. We got look at that bed of debris right there. So we have interviews in 8 minutes, and luckily I think we're like 5 minutes from the house. So we're gonna speed on back. Wifey's driving, and we're gonna knock out these 2 interviews. I think one of the interviews is running a little bit late. He was having some car issues, so he asked if we could do it at 2. So I think we're gonna have one at 1 and one at 2. See you guys here in a bit. This is what it looks like to have allergies in the springtime. Not good. Alrighty guys, so we just got here. The interviewee is here. He is in the process right now of filling out an application. And then we're gonna jump into our 20 questions that we ask them in person to get to know them a little bit better. And then we always do a hands-on portion. So what we do is right here next to the house, we literally just have them cut kind of this section right here, this like rectangle section. And it's very simple, very easy. I just want to see, all I'm looking for is how comfortable they are with the equipment, how familiar they are with the equipment, and you know, if they're just kind of cut out for the physical aspect of this type of work. So sometimes I bring guys out here that you know, have never really pulled a pull cord before, and it kind of shows, you know. So we just want to make sure that they're physically capable somewhat and have some familiarity, which is always a plus. But nonetheless, even if they have no experience, as long as they have the hunger and eagerness and want to learn, we can absolutely bring them through our training process, because we have a very, very awesome training process. We can take somebody off the street with absolutely no experience and make them an expert in literally 2 weeks, 10 days. So yeah, we are going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to wrap up this video, guys. If you liked what you saw and you made it here to the end, smash that like button. It helps the algorithm. I don't know how else to explain it, but it helps the channel. Guys, don't forget, I do free coaching calls right now. That won't last forever. As we get more busy, as the channel grows, I'm not going to have time to be able to do that all the time, but I have it right now. So take advantage of it. In the link below, there is the email. Just shoot me an email at media@militarylawncuts, and let's set up a 30-minute call to help you move your business forward. And that is a wrap for today. We'll see you guys next time.